so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat your love. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close at the film. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it down. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani orianya nine oria nine nke purita kwa samado dendo nihi no bu nani bonye na agwo oria anyi we na akpoku gi onwe gi busumele nke ndi aga kiwe mere anyi ebere ka akwa nke anyi na ebe ku de nke anyi na asu we bia ni iru gi kiwe meka Biafra we guzosi ike ka anyi we ni petamasu nya ha so go tutana sopro na ejamma site na ebige ma ro na ebige ise mama dirigi chineke. Mama.
Are you still fighting the struggle to have independence for Biafra?
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation. We are fighting in terms of our belief. We're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free, because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people. Right now, we can't do that because of how Nigeria is structured and because of the very flawed foundations upon which Nigeria rests.
You called for a referendum latest this year, November, you said, I think.
Yes.
If that doesn't happen, what's the way forward? Because the way it looks like the government will definitely not agree to that.
Then there'll be no elections in Biafra land. No more elections here. They can put whoever they like in office. They can do whatever they like with their political positions. We will not engage in any political process.
You said it's a peaceful struggle, but
yes.
There are some videos of you appearing in the past, especially abroad, in particular in one conference in the US, where you said you need weapons to defend yourself, you need guns and ammunition. How can we understand that in the context that you're saying it's a peaceful struggle?
I'm sure you've heard about the Fulani headsmen killing people all over the place. Have you heard about it? Exactly. So how do you intend to defend yourself against Fulani headsmen without guns and bullets? They'll be killing our people, raping our women, destroying crops in the farms, and no one does anything about it. Is that how human beings are supposed to live?
So, and you have the right to arm yourself and defend yourself with arms in that context?
Self-defense is recognized even by all the known laws of the UN. Is that not correct? We have the right. If somebody were to barge into this very interview and are wielding a machete or an AK-47, are you suggesting we should let them get away with it?
You were detained for almost 2 years, from 2015 on, and actually there was no trial. No trial ever happened, and despite several court rulings that said you were supposed to be released, you were not released.
Yes.
Do you think you were treated in a fair way by the government? Or rather also by the justice system?
No, not fairly, because Nigeria is not a civilized country. People behave like animals. They are not reasonable enough. They're not disciplined enough. They are not mentally developed enough to run a transparent civil society. For them, they have a feudal mindset where you have the ruling class and, a multitude of poverty-stricken people who never utters any word in rebellion or to even ask questions about their plight. That is one thing we are determined to challenge.
Don't you think you insult a lot of Nigerians with that?
I'm being very kind, to be honest. I could have used far more harsher words to describe them. I'm being very kind.
So generally you don't think very positive of your countrymen then, obviously?
They are not... When you say positive, no, as individuals, perhaps there are a few good people amongst them. But as a collective, this is an absolute mess. And you can see for yourself. Didn't you go through the roads and see how horrible they are? Didn't you see how unkempt everywhere is? How filthy and dirty everywhere is? That is the product of a Nigerian system that is uniquely backwards, even by the very third world standards of Black Africa. That's the fact, and people must face up to it.
Well, I traveled in the north quite extensively, and I went to very remote areas sometimes where you would still find Igbo people living there, peaceful together with communities in the north. Don't you sometimes think that you might endanger their peaceful coexistence with the communities there, that they might get into trouble with that?
So if they're living so peacefully together, or cohabiting so peacefully as you put it, how come you hear about all those uprisings in the north where southern Christians are being slaughtered and nothing gets done about it? Are you telling me that that is normal? People are in the north out of a dire need, necessity more or less, to try and survive. Because here, the entire production process has been emasculated by people and policies that are geared towards ensuring that our people exist in perpetual state of poverty. And that is unacceptable to us. What we're asking the world to recognize is that we want to live in peace, not in pieces. We want to live in peace, just to allow us to be. Allow Biafra to exist. We were existing before the British came. Just allow us to go back to, what we were before. No African came to Europe to create countries. So for somebody to just come in here and say, you, from today your name is Nigeria is simply laughable.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very evening section. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program. I wish you all a very happy Sunday, happy New Year, happy new month. All is happy, happy, happy. It is a very happy, outstanding day. I welcome everyone that has connected, wherever you are connecting from. Either you are joining me on TikTok, or you're joining me on Facebook, or you're joining me on YouTube, where I'm hosting the program. I welcome every one of you that has connected, and I urge you to please prepare yourself for this very evening program
It is a very important one. This is exceptional weekend, and a lot of things has happened in the weekend. So much has happened between yesterday and today. A lot has happened. And I bet you, if you are following up events, you will know that this is a weekend with a difference. A weekend with a difference. So many things have happened on different levels, on different angles, both in the Biafra struggle and outside the Biafra struggle against Nigeria, in the public, in the world at large. I welcome everyone that has connected. And I want to remind every one of you once again, as you join us, I want to remind you that in this very platform where you are watching this program, we do not come here to instigate violence of any kind. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come to this platform to attack people or to attack individuals. We do not come here to glorify any individual or to continue to propagate whatever. All we do here is to project Biafra to the whole world as a remedy to the failed state Nigeria. If you're a follower of this platform, you should know that that has been always our aim, to project Biafra before the whole world as a remedy to the failed state Nigeria. The only remedy, the only solution so far. That is why we're here. And in our platform, we welcome everybody, more especially the Biafrans. Even if you are non-Biafran, no matter your religion, no matter your location, no matter your ideology, you are equally welcome. Most importantly, those that have superior argument. If you have a superior argument, click the link, send your request. I will bring you in and you ask your question. Make your contribution. Educate us. You have a question for us. Those of us who believe that Biafra is the solution, ask us why. If you want to know, you have a question to answer, you have a superior argument to our belief, please, all you need to do is send your request. Wherever you are watching us, send your request. I will bring you in when it is time and you will hear your opinion. In this platform, you are entitled to your opinion. Nobody's going to insult you. Nobody's going to bully you. I'm not here to force you or to impose anything on you. All I'm here to do is to speak the truth and nothing but the truth and allow you to digest it and make your decision. Whatever decision you make is your own decision, not mine. Whatever decision you make, there will be a repercussion for it. That is why you must be careful while you are making your decisions. That is why I will not be the one to make decision for you. That is why you yourself have to make decision, because there is a consequence for every single decision you make. Have that in the mind, that any decision you make, there is a consequence that follows that very decision. And that is why it is important that we allow people to make their decisions. In this platform, what we do, we throw the word out there, tell you what is happening, and then you take your decisions. It doesn't matter your ideology. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter who you claim to support. It doesn't matter who you're not supporting. Whatever your orientation, it doesn't concern us. We are here speaking up for humanity. As a Biafran, a hardcore Biafran, and I'm Igbo Biafran, my own self in particular, I am an Igbo Biafran. So in this platform, we present Biafra as a remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do, and that is what we will continue to do until our freedom is completely signed and sealed. There is nothing anybody will tell us to take us away from that which we have already known. There are some facts that is already on the table for us, and there is no propaganda, no amount of blackmail that will change these facts that we have already known. There are truths that are with us that nobody can change. It does not matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. The truth that you cannot change. And that truth is what we come here to preach to the world. Not out of envy, not out of strife, not out of pride, not out of wickedness, not out of hatred. It is out of love to save humanity. Every single thing we say or we do is out of love to save humanity. That is why we have come today to do what we know how to do best. Every one of you know that every Sunday we come here for our Sunday sermon. As a Christian, I go to church every Sunday. After my church service, I cannot have my rest until I have my fellowship with my fellow Biafrans. Until I go through the sermon of redemption of the Biafran people. And I always say it and continue to say it, that if you are a Christian and you do not support the self-determination of your people, whether you are a Oduduwa person, whether you are Arewa, you are Middle Belt, or a Biafran, if you are a Christian and you do not support the self-determination of your people, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because the Christ who you claim to follow was a freedom fighter. From the very first time he was born, all till death, he fought for the freedom of mankind. That was the only reason why he came to earth, to come and fight for freedom of mankind. So why wouldn't you fight for your own freedom? Why wouldn't you support freedom fighting? Why wouldn't you speak up for the oppression of your people? So we have come today to do the needful. And wherever you're watching, I want you to open your ears wide and listen to what we have to say today. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anyone to distract you. Pay attention to every single statement that is going to come out today. I bet you, at the end of the day, you will never remember the same. At the end of the day, you will never remain the same. So I urge every one of you that have joined us to pay attention, have a little patience, and join us until we get to the end of the program today. And on today's topic, on the Sunday sermon, the topic we are discussing today says, America strikes back, moves against Nigerian terror war on Christian, Biafra's moment of freedom. Every one of us have seen what is going on everywhere on the action of the United States against Nigeria. And we have seen so many people are making video online. So many people are having different kind of views online and offline. Many of you must have had so many views from different angles. To an extent, you might get confused. Do not get confused. Do not get confused. What we know that have been signed and sealed is that Nigeria has been designated as a country of particular concern. Nigeria has been designated once again as a country of particular concern. And I want to remind every one of you that this is not the first time Nigeria has been designated. In the first tenure of Donald J. Trump, he did this same thing. He designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. But he did not have enough time to complete his assignment. Only that first tenure, the Democrats with their manipulation and their rigging pushed him away. And as God might have it, here is Donald J. Trump again in his second tenure, after being pulled away from the government. In his tenure, second tenure, here he is again, bringing back that Nigeria in the list of country of particular concern. And one thing you should pay attention to, you ask yourself, why did those who removed Nigeria from the country of particular concern remove Nigeria? What did they see? What was the reason that Nigeria was removed from a country of particular concern by Biden and co? What was the reason Biden removed Nigeria from country, Biden and Blinken? What was their reason of removing Nigeria from country of particular concern? So many of us are not asking this question. When you see some people on social media today blabbing, they are talking as if this is the very first time Trump is doing this. Some of them say it's for economic interest. Some are saying front want to invade their country. Some idiotic people who come online to talk trash. They on their camera and they say, just because everybody have access to internet, you on your camera and you talk rubbish. This is not the first time Donald J. Trump is designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern. In fact, in his first tenure during Muhammadu Buhari, Donald J. Trump on video confronted Muhammadu Buhari and told him to his face, I heard you are killing Christians. Why are you killing the Christians? That was a question Donald J. Trump asked Muhammadu Buhari face to face. It's unfortunate I'm going to get that video tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's program is going to be much more larger than this. Tomorrow morning program, I am going to play that video where Donald J. Trump asks Muhammadu Buhari, why are you killing the Christians? I'm going to search that video. I'm going to make a research and get the video so that you can be able to know where we are coming from. Because some people today, some of these people who call themselves content creators, who are working for Nigerian government, they lack wisdom, they lack knowledge. All they know is to come online and confuse those they will confuse. You see them say, oh, the Nigerian Trump, because he want to, is for economic interest, they want to take over Nigeria, they want to invade Nigeria. You are an idiot. If you think that what is happening today is about invasion, you are an idiot. And by the way, haven't you been invaded already by terrorists? Haven't you been invaded already by terrorists? Who is it? Will you prefer ISIS to invade you than for United States to invade you? Which one do you prefer? Go and ask people in Iraq a question. Go and ask Iraqians what they saw in the hand of these blood-sucking demons. But all of a sudden, you see some idiotic Nigerians. All of a sudden, they are coming with complaint. Even when Donald J. Trump made it clear his intentions, it has nothing to do with invasion. His words are precise, and he said it where it is. And this is not the first time he's engaging in this very issue. He engaged in it in the first tenure, designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern. And Obama and Biden, they made their plan and removed Nigeria from country of particular concern for no just cause. Ask me, what did they see that made them to remove Nigeria from country of particular concern? The terrorism increased within that period of time. Terrorism was at increase. It was an increase in that second tenure of Muhammadu Buhari. In fact, it was at the highest. Terrorism was at the highest level. The killing of Biafrans, killing of Christians got out of hand. And yet, the government of Blinken and Biden removed Nigeria from the state of particular concern. The evil in Nigeria today was orchestrated and pushed in by the Democrats themselves. When you see, in fact, Donald J. Trump, it was in his tenure that it was revealed that the United States were funding terrorism in Nigeria when the Democrats was in charge. It is not a story. It was in the tenure of Donald J. Trump that it was revealed that money that was sent for aid in Nigeria was diverted for terrorism. It is the government of Donald J. Trump that revealed it. It is government. And today, so all of a sudden, people have forgotten. All of a sudden, people have forgotten sentiment. They want to colonize you. They want to invade you. They want to invade you. Already, is Nigeria not invaded with the terrorist videos we are seeing online today? Where you see terrorists going in convoy, taking over villages, one village after the other. And your government is doing nothing. Haven't you been invaded already? Haven't Nigeria been invaded? But all of a sudden, we wake up and we see people begin to act smart. Oh, yeah, a sovereign nation. Oh, we are sovereign nation. US don't have to come in. We are sovereign. Which sovereignty do you have as a Nigerian? Which sovereignty do you have as a Nigerian? Can anybody tell me the sovereignty Nigeria had. You are a sovereign nation. But your government is announcing to you that all the terrorists taking over your land today are coming from the neighboring countries, from Mali, from Libya, from that one. They announce it on national TV, from presidency. And yet you talk about sovereignty. What sovereignty have you had in the past? What sovereignty has anybody had in Nigeria? It is unfortunate that some people forget easily. You see that the kind of citizens we have in Nigeria are the ones that should be allowed. They should be allowed to face to use their teeth to they should be allowed to face the heat. When you want to save them, is a problem. When you keep silent, is a problem. When you make a move to help them, is a problem. Go on social media and see all the influencers, all those ones that call themselves influencers, all those content creators. Go and see their own line of thought. Suddenly, they have forgotten the atrocities of this terrorism. Suddenly, they have forgotten that the government of the day is the sponsor, direct and indirect sponsor of terrorism. They have forgotten. The people that are affected directly, we have seen them complain several times that the military is involved. Even as we speak, even as we are speaking, Dan Juma made another comment in another program, and he said he has not withdrawn in what he said before. He's still standing his word that Nigerian military is colluding with the terrorists. Dan Juma still repeated that very statement recently, and I think I'm going to try to see if I can get that confirmation. Where Dan Juma recently, this one is a recent one, still confirmed and say that thing he said before, that the military is colluding, Nigerian government is colluding with the terrorists. He said he has not changed his mind, that he still stands in his word. He said he still stands in his word. I'm going to try to get that video. I'm trying to see if I can get that very video that was made for you to hear. I want you to hear him. I want you to listen to him. Because some of us do not understand. When we talk about these issues, some of you think it's a joke. It is not a joke. But it is painful that you see people you think they are educated. People you think that they know what they are doing. When they speak, you begin to wonder, where is their conscience? You begin to wonder, where are they getting their information from? You begin to wonder. These are people who have been crying of the attack against the innocent of this world. All of a sudden, now you see a Messiah that wants to help you. Now everybody now have become an activist. Everyone now have become a creator. Everyone now have come to defend, have begun to claim sovereignty. All of a sudden, what we are seeing now, everybody now is talking about sovereignty. Oh, Nigeria is a sovereign state. Nigeria is a sovereign state. Where was that your sovereignty when terrorists invaded your country, took over villages, and you couldn't do anything? Where was your sovereignty? Sovereignty when your own government came out and announced that the terrorists that are taking over your country, that some of them are from Mali, some of them are from Niger, some of them are from Mauritania. Where were you? Where were you? That is the question. Where were you when all this was happening? And I want you to listen to the confirmation of Dan Juma that what he said before, he is still standing on it. I want you to pay attention. Pay attention and hear this.
Nigeria's elder statesman and former Minister of Defense General Theophilus Danjuma, retired, said his stand 5 years ago on the need for Nigerian citizens to defend themselves against attacks by criminal elements still remains valid. The elder statesman made this known at a public event in his hometown of Takum local government area of Taraba State, citing the failure by Nigeria's government to provide adequate security to its citizens, leaving them at the mercy of armed bandits. The former defense minister's call is coming on the wake of attacks in Plateau and Benue states in north-central region of the country, which has left many killed and thousands displaced. Lanjuma said Nigerians in volatile communities should take up arms like their attackers, as the government can no longer provide them with the needed protection of lives and property.
We, every one of us, rise up and defend ourselves. It is quite clear the government alone cannot do it. I have warned very long time ago that in a speech in Cali, that our people must be prepared to defend themselves. That warning is as valid today as it was when I made it. If we can't defend ourselves, we'll abandon this country into the hands of bandits.
It will be recalled that General Theophilus Danjuma retired made a similar call 5 years ago in Jalingo at a convocation ceremony of the Taraba State University. Danjuma's stand on self-defense was met with various reactions in the past, just as his latest revalidation of the same statement. Lamini Chuye AI News. Tako.
Did you hear that?
Property.
Did you hear that? That was Danjuma. Danjuma repeating what he said many years ago, that statement has not changed. He is still standing in his words. And you see people that call themselves intelligent people in Nigeria today talking blah, 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 blah from their mouth. When a Messiah has come to save them, go to their media. What are they saying? They are talking about United States trying to invade Nigeria. What is in Nigeria to invade? Is it the Nigeria that has already been invaded by terrorists? Nigeria that is helpless, that citizens are being called upon to defend themselves at any given moment. Look at Danjuma, something he says 5 years ago that was still ongoing when they removed Nigeria from the list of country of particular concern. Biden and Obama and co with their party created this monster. They are the ones that funded Boko Haram actively. They joined to fund Boko Haram just to remove Goodluck Jonathan. They funded Boko Haram to remove Goodluck Jonathan. And when Trump came in, Trump slammed them. Country of particular concern. It is not the first time. And after that, look at where we are again. In his second term, he now activated it back again. And not stopping there, he is going to take action this time around. And some idiot are already peeing on their pants. You can continue to pee on your pants. I thank Chukwu Kabiama for Donald J. Trump because he is not joking. Whatever he says, he will do. Before you will get the warning, they will already be there to do what they had to do. Nigerian government is not ready to protect anybody. People that cannot protect themselves, is it you they will protect? People that cannot defend, is it you they will defend? Look at General Danjuma, one of the people that are in charge of that Nigeria, crying and telling his people to protect themselves. Telling his people every day, for the past 5 years, he's still telling them. Today, he reconfirmed what he said before. He said that thing he said 5 years ago still stands, that people should defend themselves. So when you see the United States designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, you should be happy and clap. You should pray and pray hard that Donald J. Trump should complete that assignment. And I want to tell you that it is not just only an announcement. More is coming. More is coming. The heavy hammer of the United States, the heavy hammer of Donald J. Trump is going to land on the zoo. And it's going to land in a manner that you can never imagine. I want you to hear the report from Fox News.
President Trump is threatening to go to war on Nigeria a day after designating the West African nation a country of particular concern over the killings of thousands of Christians there. Stephanie Bennett is live in London with more on this. Stephanie.
Hey, John. Yeah, the president has been very vocal in the last 24 hours on Truth Social. I want to read you just a couple excerpts of one that came out 5 minutes ago. The president said, quote, "If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now, quote, disgraced country, guns a-blazing," he says. He is then hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. And he also says in that post, warning the Nigerian government better move fast. Now, yesterday, the president posted also on Truth Social announcing that he was going to put this country as of particular concern, saying something must be done. He's now asking Congressman Riley Moore, Chairman Tom Cole, and House Appropriations Committee to look into it and to report back.
I think this is going to make a huge difference, and we're going to get right to work on this and get to the bottom of what's happening and give President Trump a full menu of options that we can use to try to stop these killings.
Yeah, and Moore says there's about 15 possible options, including suspension of security assistance and targeted sanctions. Nigeria is, of course, considered one of the most dangerous places in the world to be a Christian, according to the well-regulated Open Doors International Group. Over the years, thousands of Christians have been killed in churches, schools, and entire villages have been burned. Some even brand it a genocide. The Nigerian government vowed today to keep fighting violent extremism and said it hoped Washington would remain a close ally. But some analysts blame the country's inability to protect its citizens over that wide spectrum of armed groups that operate across the country, including Boko Haram.
I think fundamentally Nigeria is a failed state. The corruption is out of control, so are the kinds of resources that should be there. It is a major exporter of oil, so it should be a rich country, but a lot of it gets diverted through corruption. So they don't have the resources in order to provide their security forces what they need in order to fight back.
And in order to combat this issue, earlier this year, Washington approved $346 million in arms for Nigeria. Back to you, John.
All right. President Trump.
All those is going to come to an end. You have had it. It is not a joke. You have had it, what is coming upon Nigeria. And the heavy hammer of the United States, the heavy hammer of Donald J. Trump is going to fall on them. It doesn't matter what you see. You can blab and make your noise in your social media. No problem. Wait for it. It's going to come. You hear that broadcaster that say Nigeria is a failed state. You know, we have been saying it on our platform every day. When we say it, some of you will think it's a propaganda. It is not a all you need to do is to just go and make your findings. Pursue the fact. Go and make your findings. That is all you need to do. Make your findings, come back, and then you concur with what you're saying. Nigeria is a failed state. With all the rich resources they have, yet something as simple as giving the people protection. The primary objective of a government is to protect life and property of its own people. And once you fail to protect the life and property of the people, you are no longer worthy to be a government. It's a failed state. It's a failed state, and there is nothing anybody can do. But my pain is some idiots on social media today. You go to social media platform, you see some clowns. What they are saying, these are people who are in the hole. You are in a hole and somebody wants to come and save you. they don't want to be saved. Some of them are idiotical. Some of them are comparing this move with what the Democrats did in Libya, with what the Democrats did in other places they destabilized. This has nothing to do with change of regime. The problem of Nigeria is not about change of regime. Donald Trump is not coming for change of regime. And he have given a marching order for these criminals to change. But will they do it? They will never do anything. Even as we speak, yesterday, there was an attack yesterday. Just this yesterday, bandit attacked again yesterday. And I'm going to bring it out so that people will be seen. Know that this Nigerian doesn't have a government. Nigeria. So when you're talking about invasion, the country has already been taken over by the terrorists. The country already have been taken over by the terrorists. So if you're trying to come and tell me, oh, they are going to invade, there is nothing like invasion anywhere. The country already is in the hand of the terrorists. What everyone is doing today is to salvage, to save you from the hand of these terrorists. To save you. That is what Donald J. Trump have come to do. To save every one of you. But of course, as usual, very ungrateful bunch of clowns. They will not agree. They don't want to be saved.
Nigerians! So yesterday, being the 1st of November 2025, also Saturday, bandits attacked Keta Outskirts. Keta Outskirts is in a Safe local government area of Zamfara State. I don't know if I pronounce it Safe well, but it's spelled as T-S-A-F-E. Is it Safe or I don't know, but the spelling is T-S-A-F-E. So they attacked that community yesterday. Not that, never to take that. See what they did to that community. See what they did. They burnt their farmland and abducted every single person working on this farm.
Did you hear this?
I'm not telling you to the person. Go and
Saturday, this
English Alhaji bandit attacked this community yesterday. Being the 1st of November 2025. They burnt their farmland and abducted every single person working here. No media will tell you this.
You can imagine.
I know they come here to do. No media will tell you these things. There's no media that will tell you what is going on here. But you know the story. I tell you guys, when they're hiding it, me, Alhaji, I will bring that out. If they hide that, me, will bring that out.
You can imagine. Just Saturday.
Now, the touching part of this thing is that, the painful part of this whole thing is that these bandits have extorted millions on this Keta. They have extorted millions on them. And it's not that the government is not aware, they are aware. If the government say they are not aware of this to make a punishment, if they say they are not aware, they make a punishment. See what is going on. No media will tell you these things. Bro, see, last week I almost wanted to. I said, make I just rest. Make I use social media for a while. Because you guys don't know what I'm fighting. You guys don't know what I'm fighting. But now, just God. Now, God. You understand? Now, just God. Keep me here. Sometimes I feel like crying. Sometimes when I post these things, the thing they touch me. I don't know how to. This thing they touch me. Because people are losing their lives every day here. And the media is not saying. See, they're not even posting anything here.
Nothing. You can't see it in the media.
They're not showing you anything.
You won't see anything.
They're not even showing you anything. I'm not even started showing you one corner. What I'm just doing is bringing you. You don't understand?
Imagine. Just this weekend, though. Yesterday.
So I know what I go through every day.
Yesterday.
And every news I bring here, there's no scratch there. Legit. Nothing like say, that's legit. 100% legit. There's no scratch for anybody. I don't post fake news here. I don't post fake news on this platform. I lie. But I wanted to say, if I come, so make I rest for 1 week, all these things will happen. How do I want to take this here? How do people know what is going on? How would you all know what is happening? So I say, no. They are not happy. They are not happy. They are seeing it. As you guys see here, the other time, they saw one post. They asked me to bring the post down. Instead of you to go and fix the school, you saw this. How can some somebody's child. How can human being be learning that kind of thing? What do you call it? In school. Why their children they are abroad? When children stay they learn, they read, they write. No rules. Just see the wall here. If breeze blow, this wall, if this wall, or fall like this, see children for some time, if they are right. That's instead to go and visit, I did not know. It was I don't care now. So I they fight, but see, I they go through a lot. But God, I don't think they tell them now. But Oluwa, God in heaven, because of my prayer and because of the thing, the cause why they fight now, just cause. That is why I'm still here, and I will never go anywhere. I will see it to the end. See what they did after extorting millions from these people of Kenya. They still went on to burn the farmland, adopted every single person working on this farm yesterday. But the media is quiet. Why is the media quiet? Now I don't know. Why is the Nigerian media quiet? Like me, Allah don't know. Why are they quiet? See what happened yesterday. But yet they are quiet. They are just like this. Nigerians, you know the story. If they hide them, I'm going to bring them out. If they hide them, me Al-Hajj will bring them out. You know the story. I will not leave here with that. The federal government of bandits to forsake.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You did hear what that brother is reporting? Just yesterday, why Trump designated them as a country of particular concern. Why some idiots are online talking rubbish that is about invasion. The bandit is invading and taking over villages, entire village, kidnap everybody, burn their houses, burn their farms, destroy everything. Yesterday in King, just yesterday. And yet, nobody cares. The government don't, you can never see these things on media. It's only on social media you see them. These informations, you can never find it in media. You can never. Go to their media now, you see them, they are attacking Donald Trump move. That is what they are focused on. What they are focused today is to attack that move to safeguard that is the only thing they are focused. You can imagine. They are not even concerned about themselves. They are not concerned about the atrocity that is happening. They are not concerned about the loss of life. The place they are focused is on the people who are bringing out the information, who are trying to provide solution. It's either they are attacking the Biafran people, they are attacking Mazen Nandekan, they are attacking Igbo people, or they are attacking Donald Trump. Go to social media. You can never see anyone Nigerian is talking about solution. These are the people. They will keep by their people. They will not report it. They will not report the pie of their people. They will not give them a befitting burial. They will not even go and save them. They will not protect them. They will not go and fight back. And when you cry out for help, they will come after you. Why are you crying for help? And when somebody comes from outside to help, they will speak ill of that person. I am asking, those one Nigerians, the idiots that say US want to invade, haven't you been invaded by terrorists? Is it better that ISIS should invade you or US should invade you? Which one is better? Go and look at the video of invasion of ISIS of Iraq. Go and watch the invasion of Iraq by ISIS. Go and watch it. The video is, go and watch the video. The video is online. The video is online. Even on YouTube, even though it's covered in some places, go and watch it. The invasion, how the terrorists invaded. The ISIS, how they invaded Iraq. Go and watch it. And some of them are talking about, oh, it is about invasion. What Donald Trump said has nothing to do with the change of government or removing anybody. He never mentioned the change of government. He was only saying the government should wake up from their sleep, which we know they will never ever wake up. It cannot happen. Which wake up from which sleep, Seth? Wake up from something that is a normal thing for them. Something that is normal. For Nigerian government, that kind of system is normal. How are they going to wake up? Even with this announcement, yesterday there was an attack and they did nothing. The media did not report it. The military did not say anything about it. What a shame. What a shame. But if you go to media, all you're going to be seeing is nonsense, idiotic write-ups. I found one video that caught my attention that I want to play. This this barrister. Let us hear what this barrister has to say. He made some sense in his speech. Let us listen to what he has to say.
I don't think that the Trump administration, or President Trump in particular, has any interest in regime change in Nigeria. I don't think that is part of their foreign policy objective, to use force to remove Tinubu from power, as some people are speculating. I think what we are simply seeing is diplomatic pressure. And I don't even think that the US government has any incentive to engage militarily in Nigeria. I think what is going on is just diplomacy at work. That is my assessment of the situation. And it is an honest assessment. I don't think that there will be actual military action in Nigeria. I don't envisage that. I'm not ruling it out, but I don't envisage that. Now, do I support military, the deployment of military force in Nigeria? I don't. I don't think we need foreign intervention in Nigeria. I don't think that the West is going to solve our problem. But at the same time, we simply cannot continue on this trajectory, on this senseless trajectory of inaction, of government complicity, of our government emboldening killers, emboldening terrorists, giving them a free pass in the name of non-kinetic strategy. Something needed to happen. And it looks that as if this diplomatic pressure that Trump is mounting on Tinubu, on the Nigerian government, is going to be effective in some way, hopefully so. If this is just an act of diplomatic pressure, I support it entirely. So all this argument about Nigeria being a sovereign country, rather, oh, why are you designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern? Oh, it is our internal affairs. For me, it simply does not hold water. Because where is the evidence of the sovereignty? Is it territorial sovereignty? When they are telling us that these terrorists are largely foreigners from Niger and the Sahel region, from Libya and so on, that's what they have been telling all over the years. So where is the territorial sovereignty? When communities in Nigeria have been invaded, taken over by terrorists who are imposing ransoms on those communities, something needed to happen. These killings have to stop. The victims, be they Christians or Muslims, and Nigeria, the government has a responsibility under Section 14 of our Constitution to guarantee life. That is the primary responsibility of government, which the Tinubu administration has failed. It has failed. It has failed embarrassingly. Something needed to happen. We simply cannot continue like this. So to simply dismiss what is going on, that those of us that are not coming out to say the US should not have an opinion that are unpatriotic is nonsense. Nobody hates Nigeria more than Nigerian politicians. They despise this country, and when the evidence of that is clear, when you have a president that goes abroad for headache to treat all sort of things, even without disclosing to us, all our politicians are going abroad for medical care, the lawmakers, the governors, all of them. They are acquiring properties abroad, sending their children abroad. They are mentally they are seceded from Nigeria. So this fake patriotism they are preaching to us, I simply do not get it. Oh, they are coming to steal our resources. The resources have already been stolen. It has been stolen.
Tell them.
They have fleeced the country. The country is broke. They are borrowing to fund their corruption. They are borrowing to fund their ostentatious life. So let us stop pretending, that this regime cares about the country.
I cannot agree less with him. I know he's in Nigeria. There are certain things he cannot say the way we say it. But anybody that will come and begin to pretend that this is all about invasion, is all about this, and that the US doesn't have right, you are an idiot. Any Nigerian person that will speak against the action of Donald Trump is an idiot. He's an idiot. Who cares about your regime? Which kind of nonsense regime change? What I'm even expecting is to end Nigeria. That is what we're expecting. Call for the disintegration of the Zoological Republic. I pray that we get there. I pray that Chukwu Okike will use Donald Trump to get there. Let there be disintegration. To your tent, O Israel, every region, go back to where you are before. Go and be in your own nation. That is the only solution. And that is our message on this platform. Disintegration of the Zoological Republic. Let the Oduduwa be in their own. Let Arewa be on their own. Let Biafrans be on their own. Respect each other, respect their boundaries, and protect their boundaries by themselves. There is no government anywhere to protect the people. And there will not be any government anywhere to protect anybody. We pray that Donald J. Trump should take it a step further. As he has talked, as Donald J. Trump has spoken about taking action. The action should be take a step further, call for the disintegration of the Zoological Republic. If not for anything, allow a referendum and see that people are tired of the environment. A place where British single-handedly planted some evil people. The Democrats of the United States, we are part of the ones that funded the terrorism. You can imagine, in a time, even after designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern, they are still on operation. Yesterday, they went for attack yesterday. You saw that brother reveal it. That brother have been doing a very great work on his own side. Focused on revealing all the attack of the terrorists. Once it happened, he will catch it. This is something that the media is supposed to be doing. But you cannot see those reports in any Nigerian media. This attack that happened on Saturday, you can't see it in any Nigerian media. They will never talk about it. Because they want to present their zoo in a good light. But I tell you, this weekend is a weekend with a different. And Chukwu Okike have risen. Chukwu Okike have risen. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter their propaganda and blackmail. They must face the music. And I bet you the game has just started. More is going to happen. The game has just started. More is going to happen. And every one of us should prepare. Let us go to their news and you will see what their news is saying in their own Nigerian news. Let's see what they're saying in their own Nigerian news.
Well, it's time now to review headlines on today's newspapers with the Ombudsman of This Day and Arise Media Group at This Day Newspaper Limited Group Executive Director, Kayode Komolafe. Good morning, Mr. Keke. Thank you so much for joining us on the Sunday morning show this morning. Sunday Tonic program.
Good morning,
Thank you.
Oji. Good morning, Steve.
Yeah.
And good morning, Kashi.
All right, thank you.
I'm pleased to be here.
Yes.
All right, let's go straight into it. We will start, as always, with the newspaper of record, This Day on Sunday. And, of course, without having to state the obvious, the news of the day is what This Day on Sunday has led with. Not just the lead story, but the second lead to, as we will say, in the newsroom. And it's about the straining relationship between Nigeria and the United States, or more appropriately put, the way that the American president, Mr. Donald Trump, is taking the issue of the perceived attacks and killings in Nigeria. So this day leads with this headline: Trump in tweet threatens military action against terrorists killing Christians in Nigeria. And the two writers orders U.S. Department of War to prepare for possible action, vows to cut economic aid. And the other writer, we're preparing for action, says Exed, who is the Secretary of War. He used to be the Secretary of Defense, or the Ministry of Defense. The story on top of it, which is the second lead story, is also about that. It's about Nigerian response to what Donald Trump is saying. And the headline says, Nigeria protects citizens of all faiths, will never encourage religious persecution. Tinubu replies Trump. And the writers rejects designation of Nigeria as country of particular concern. Claims of Christian killings in Nigeria, gross exaggeration, says Onanuga. That's by Onanuga, the presidential spokesperson. To highlight, the importance of this lead story on the cover of This Day, and as I said earlier, which is the story of the day, possibly will be the story of the week, given the possible implications
I'd like to read to you the headlines as captured by other newspapers, even though you come back to this day in discussing the issue. Is the lead also in Sunday Punch, and it says Trump to Nigeria, stop the killings or face military action. And there's a quote there that says, I am instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet. That's strong. And then there's another counter, quote from the president, which says the characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality. That's Tinubu, the president. Sunday Sun also leads with the same story, and it says country of particular concern knocks kudos for Trump. The writers, Tinubu rejects labeling as shores of Nigeria's religious freedom. Sharia Council clerics groups condemn U.S. president's move. Can seeks action.
Sharia Council, imagine. Sharia Council in a country.
And then what designation means for Nigeria. That's according to diplomats. Tribune also, Tribune didn't lead with it, but it has a very big headline, towards the down part of the cover. Country of particular concern, it says, Tinubu fires back at Trump, says his comment does not reflect reality in Nigeria. We safeguard freedom of religion for Nigerians, he adds. Ndume, Rafsanjani, Arishi Adedipe urge federal government to dialogue with the U.S.
There is nothing to dialogue.
Those are the other headlines and other papers.
Not in the kind of Trump, idiots.
Which dedicated at least 2 major headlines to that stories. If we want to have another look at a few other stories that are there on the cover of this day, like on the window, PDP's leadership crisis deepens as party suspends national secretary, and with 3 others. And then on the street, Zenith Bank for others surmount turbulent macroeconomic environment.
The main topic and stop telling us this your nonsense things.
Before tax. And last but not the least, the street towards the end, 2027, Northern elders, politicians push for United Front, more regional unity summit in early 2026, which is the story of May 10. But undoubtedly, as I said earlier, KK, the story of the day is what this day has dedicated 2 major headlines to. Trump, in tweet, threatens military action against terrorism.
The military action must happen.
Nigeria.
It must happen.
And then the response.
Thank God for Trump.
Nigeria protects citizens of all faiths. Will never encourage religious persecution.
Liars.
Who replies, Trump, where are we, KK? Diplomacy totally broken down. War looming. What can we do? What can the government of Nigeria do now that all fangs are there?
Yeah. Indeed, Steve, the threat from Washington is the story of the day. And I agree with your projection that maybe the story, for the coming days. Now, just for clarification, the 2 both President Tinubu's statement and President Trump's tweet should be taken together. But in terms of sequence,
yes,
the tweet of the latest tweet of President Trump came after President Tinubu. President Tinubu was reacting to the situation of Nigeria as a country of particular interest. Okay. So it was perhaps very late last night that the tweet of President Trump,
Trump will send the
so there hasn't been a formal response to the tweet.
Exactly. Just for clarification. Yeah. Yep. It's a development that requires a very sober view. That is taking a sober view of things in Nigeria, because it's serious, because we are having the president of the most powerful nation, militarily, and otherwise, issuing this threat. So it is important that a sober view of it should be taken. Two, it will also be helpful to put the development in context. And that's, I agree with you that you asked some questions about what should we do? What should be the response? And I'm saying that the response, will be at two levels. One, the response of the Nigerian government, and also two, the response of the Nigerian people. Now, let's take first the response of the Nigerian government. I think there are two things. First is that it's an issue of diplomacy, because we're talking of relations between two sovereign countries. Yes, America and Nigeria. So the government has the responsibility of responding diplomatically, and that will mean that Nigeria will have to bolster its diplomatic capacity to be able to deal with the matter diplomatically. The other aspect, that is, engagement, external engagement. The other aspect is internal, and that is that regardless of the different perspectives that people may have for this, one thing which is the truth, in the whole thing is that because Nigeria has a problem of insecurity, terrorists, bandits are killing people in Nigeria, Muslims, Christians, adherents of other religions, people who are even non-believers, atheists, and those, they are all victims, of killing. That's why Nigeria has a problem of insecurity. And what is important is that the Nigerian government will have to also bolster its capacity, to stop the killing and make Nigeria a safe place for everybody. That is the bottom line. Now, when I say, that is at the level of government, but not at the level of people, which is also very important, is that the development should be properly understood. That is the way we react. First, the claim of President Trump, of officially sanctioned, Christian genocide in Nigeria is a lie. It is not true. It is true that citizens, people in Nigeria, there are killings in Nigeria. Among the people killed are, Christians, Muslims, adherents of other faiths, and just people who do not believe in them.
You see the kind of things. This is the kind of nonsense they speak in their media.
Killing, sanctions the genocide of.
You see the kind of lies they spill in their media. This man is saying that it's not just, and I'm going to show you a video where somebody was showing a mass grave where 500 Christians was buried. 500 Christians were buried. I'm going to play the video so that you can see it. When you see idiots like this coming on their, and this is what they do with their media. When we say Nigerian media is an evil media, I'm going to play the video because I can't allow him to continue to talk that rubbish he's talking. That what is happening in Nigeria is a pure genocide. Pure genocide. These same people, they went and brought somebody for false finding, and the person came and told them that it is Christian genocide. And look at an idiot with his cap, and he's a Yoruba man. This is how they come. I don't know why our Yoruba brothers cannot speak the truth and damn the consequence. Speak the truth to save lives. I don't know what they will gain in all these lies they are telling. I can't understand. The same thing for Nikayode, who has been talking about this genocide for a long time. All of a sudden today, said it's no longer a genocide. All of a sudden, say it's not a genocide. I'm going to play this video. Let me see if I can see. Let's listen to this video before we come back to this idiot. Let's listen to this video.
I am standing on the mass grave of 501 Christians.
Did you hear that?
Majority of whom...
Did you hear that? 501 Christians buried in a mass grave. 501. What other thing could you see a genocide? This is just one place. Oh, this is just one place. 501 Christians buried in mass grave. Look at their remembrance. Look at their names. These are people with names. With names. And somebody is sitting in a studio saying there is no Christian genocide. You see why Nigeria will never ever survive. The blood of the innocent that Nigerian public themselves have spit on will continue to cry. The blood of the innocent that has spit continue to chase them and pursue them. They will never ever know peace. They will never, not today, not tomorrow, not ever, know peace. I want you to listen to this. I want you to hear it. Hear it.
I am standing on the mass grave of 501 Christians, majority of whom are women and children that were slaughtered, literally slaughtered with swords and machetes. Some of them burned alive in their homes, and some of them who were babies, smashed on the wall, smashed on the ground, with their brains spilled out completely, all for their faith in Jesus. The victims of the March 7th, 2010 attack in the village of Dogonahawa, located on the western edge of Jos, the capital of Plateau State in central Nigeria, are presently beneath my feet, right? So you can just pan the camera just to the ground and a tiny bit, and you can pull out. They are all here, and you can see how large this space is, right? So they were all impoverished villagers, some of whom could barely afford to feed in a day. And so many of the survivors, very few actually, could not afford befitting or exclusive burials for their family members. And therefore, they were all lumped up, thrown upon one another in this mass grave that was dug several feet deep. It was probably more than 10 feet just to be able to accommodate the population that had been slaughtered and needed to be buried in it. And you can see how large this is. I estimate that this would be about probably 40 by 30 feet. I believe. No, it should definitely be more. From my left to my right would probably be short of 50 feet, just by probably a few inches. And to the end there, where you have that monument, the tombstone, that should be about 100 feet. So we're looking at a space of close to 50 by 100 feet, all containing skulls, skeletons, bodies, charred bone fragments of Christians that were slaughtered in one night by terrorists whom residents tell us were shouting Allahu Akbar and speaking the Fulani dialect while slaughtering innocent babies, slitting the bellies of pregnant women, pulling out their fetuses, pulling out their unborn babies, and smashing them on the ground. Right here, I had the opportunity to meet with the pastor in charge of the Church of Christ in Nation in this community, and he has shared with us what the experience was like. And his video is contained in his interview is contained in the next video, and you can look that out. But I just thought that it is just important to highlight the gravity, the depth of the genocide against Christians that has persisted for more than 2 decades. We're looking at between 2 to 3 decades. And opponents of this anti-genocide campaign, including Muslim politicians, Christian politicians who are complicit and turning a blind eye, and even church leaders who are complicit and turning a blind eye, claim that the perpetrators of this genocide are mere terrorists who do not spare Muslims. But the question is, there were Muslims in this community within the years leading to this attack. But in the weeks leading to the attack, residents tell us that the Muslims, including members of the Hausa and Fulani ethnicities, who had previously settled here for tin mining.
You see, when you see these videos, we play it to make sure we set the record straight. Because this bunch of idiots, something like this animal that came now want to speak on the studio, telling you that is no genocide, no Christian genocide. Can you imagine 501 people buried in a mass grave? You can see it live. Look at the pastor of the church in that very village. Eyewitness account in 2010. The genocide we are talking about didn't start yesterday. It's not as if it started yesterday. It has been since this one happened in 2010. Since then, there have been many places, many other places. There are mass killing in many places. Mass killing in many places against the Christians. In the next part of the video that this guy was saying, he was explaining how the people even informed their fellow Muslims to go away. They left the village before this had happened. On several occasions, they attack Muslims that do not agree with them. The Muslims who do not believe the same thing they believe. They attack them. And I'm still going to tell you, for you to understand the level of the atrocity. Like when they say that Muslims are also killed, I want to play a video that explains why they now end up in attacking their fellow Muslims. I want you to listen to this very one. I want you to listen to this very one. Listen to this very one. Then you will understand how they got to where we are today.
It is God at work. They were one in dealing with the Christians. After the Christians were not there, division came in.
After they wiped away the Christians,
you have touched my people.
Just like that place you saw, they took the entire village completely. 501 people massacred in one night. You saw their mass burial. After they have been able to decimate Christians in the northern part of Nigeria, now they are fighting at themselves, seeking for who is in control. That is how this thing now gets to them. The major project is all of them ganged up together to commit the genocide against Christians. And after they have done it, and they succeed, now they now turn against them. I want you to listen to this pastor. Listen to him very well for you to understand the situation in Nigeria. That those idiots that come in their studio to speak lies. Listen.
It is God at work. They were one in dealing with the Christians. After the Christians were not there, division came in. God said, I come down. You have touched my people. You have killed my people. You will end up killing one another. Now, election is coming. That is why they are afraid. So the only thing, the Fulani are tools to destroy us, to kill us. There is genocide. It's in my car. It's in my car. And do you want me to show you evidence? It's in my car. It's right there. Come and see pictures of genocides, including small children. Very soon I will make a press release. I will present how small children are among those that are killed. I will present the recent killings that Nigerian government don't want the world to know.
Just imagine.
They are saying that they are opposing my own government, exposing them. Okay, are they not exposing us, the Fulani terrorists, by refusing to come to our aid when we cry out?
You see what they're telling the man, that he's exposing his government. This is the blackmail they bring in them. They say, why are you talking against your country? They say, no, US is coming to invade. This is the propaganda and blackmail they push using their content creators and their media. Like that idiot that is that clown in that studio now, telling you that it's no genocide. He's not fighting for his country. No, there are people dying everywhere. It is not genocide. Just like they told this pastor that you are exposing your government. And this is the blackmail they take to content creators, so all those idiots that are online talking rubbish. They say, you have to defend your country. You must protect your country. Why are you talking bad about your country? Why are you now standing against your country? Which country? Nigeria belongs to nobody. Nigeria is a British company given to Fulanis to run. And as long as you continue to bear that name, Nigeria, the Fulanis will come after you. As soon as you continue to stand with that name, represent that name, Nigeria, the Fulanis have the right to come after you, and they will go after you and take you out. Nigeria belongs to nobody. There is nobody as a Nigerian. What we have are Arewa people, Ududua people, the Biafrans, and the Middle Beltans. That is why we are asking that Donald Trump should make a little more move. He should make a little more, call for the disintegration of the zoo. The Christians in the core north can come down to the south. We, the Biafrans, we absorb them. We have enough land to absorb them. We have enough land to absorb the Christians in the core north. You should come down and stay with us. Allow them there to practice their Sharia and Caliphate. Allow them. We have made the promise, we have given ourselves open. Biafra is the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria that is committing genocide against its own citizens. Biafra is the remedy. I don't care what you think or what you feel. Our prayer is that Donald Trump should make a little more move to end this once and for all. How do you end it? Permanently. Even if you come now to bring a military intervention, they come down, they run away a little bit, they will assemble again. When the US come into it, now decimated them, they will run away. Before you know it, they will assemble again and they will continue. These jihadists will never stop. The only thing to stop it is to draw the boundary. Every man to your territory, Israel. Allow them to practice that thing they want. Allow them to do it in their area. Let the innocent people be on their own and practice their own. That is the only solution. Let's hear this man.
Watching us. Let them continue killing us. Let them turn their face as if nothing is happening. They come on Reno Cree, or what is that his name? He came out and said there is no genocide like that in Nigeria. That man, I will curse him already.
Including that one that speak in that studio. I curse him too.
The blood of people that have entered my brain and transfer them.
Amen.
My head.
Amen.
To his life.
Amen.
He will not escape.
He will not.
I want all Nigerians to know the man will never escape.
He will not. Including that one in the studio. Everybody that is standing against genocide, every one of them, those blood should be transferred into his head.
Without seeing God crushing that man, then I'm a bastard. Because the blood, the people that have been killed in the north, for him coming out, he has crossed the line. He's finished. The only hope for him that he will buy my heart, let him repent. Let him repent.
People that don't have soul, he will not repent.
If Reno Amokari will repent,
he will not repent.
And those kind of officials that came out
don't have soul
and deny there's no genocide, if they don't repent, oh no.
You can imagine. You can imagine. Even Khan officials came out to deny there is no genocide. What again? Which Tinubu no go fit do? This same Tinubu that went and hired people with rope, hired pastors, during his campaign. Just to see that their Muslim ticket flies. He hired pastors, and give them rope to wear and come to campaign. What again? Which kind of crime he no go fit commit? Who you no go fit buy? Today he has settled some people in camp. Somebody who says he's a member of Christian Association of Nigeria, standing to speak again. How Chineke? If the God does not destroy Nigeria, Sodom and Gomorrah will require apology. Nothing will make Nigeria not to be destroyed. Nothing. And Chukwu Okikabem have remembered them. Nothing will spare Nigeria in this one. Nothing will spare them. I pray for Donald J. Trump. I pray that Chukwu Okikabem will keep him. I pray that Chukwu Okikabem will keep him and give him much. Open up his way, open up his heart to take more action. Open up his way to take more action. And I bet you it is not. Of course, Ted Cruz is pushing for more sanction. Ted Cruz is already pushing for more sanction on their Islamic law and whatever, and their Sharia law. It is not going to end. When we were talking about the president of Donald J. Trump, his presidency, there was a reason. When you see Mazen Nandekano supporting, you see Mazen Simon Ekpa supporting, there was a reason. You see Biafrans, when we talk about, it is not that he's going to come and dash us Biafra, but there is something that will lead to something. There is something that will lead to something. And that game has started. That is why it pains me when I see some Biafrans, instead of us using this opportunity to fight for our freedom, we are using it stupidly to talk about idiotic things. Instead of Biafrans seizing this opportunity to fight for a just cause, instead of us using this opportunity to push Biafra harder, push it more, some people are busy gossiping, they are busy attacking each other, they are busy claiming who they are not. They are busy jumping here and there, talking rubbish from both sides of their mouth. It is sad. Let's hear this word from Arnold. Let's hear this message also, for you to know that it is not yet done. More is going to happen. Very more things are going to come. Many more things are coming on board. And I bet you, it is not stopping.
This is Mike Arnold. I'm back in the United States with some of my dear friends and brothers who are part of what I call the sleeping giant, the mighty Nigerian diaspora population around the world. This giant is waking up, and good things will come of it. Just yesterday, President Donald Trump declared Nigeria a country of particular concern. A lot of people have worked very hard on this for a very long time, and it's going to give tools to the United States and other countries to apply pressure to the government of Nigeria to start to clean things there. Now, what Trump said next is even more important. He said this is just the beginning. I believe that there are investigations, there are indictments, and who knows what else coming down. The Nigerian leaders who have been complicit or profited from or intentionally turned a blind eye to this genocide, this Holocaust, the light is coming. You will be found and you will be brought to justice. My friends in Nigeria, what happened yesterday is spiritually like the parting of the Jordan River. Promised land lies ahead, a new Nigeria of righteousness and peace and prosperity. The battle is just starting now. Do not be afraid. God is on our side. A new Nigeria is coming. Thank God.
Thank you, my brother. My name is Evans Wankwo. I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. I was born in Nigeria. Nigeria was a very beautiful country until the extremists, backed up by the British government, turned it into a dark nation. And we all know that there's only one thing that can drive away darkness, and that is light. Yesterday, President Trump just shone a big floodlight on the nation. This nation has turned to be an evil nation. And I say that every evil has an expiration date. Yesterday, President Donald J. Trump just stamped Trump and over 125 million Christians in Nigeria say thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me begin by thanking God in a special way for this development that the President of the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump, has put Nigeria back on the list of countries of particular concern.
Definitely.
And I also have to thank our brother here, Mike Arnold, and his close friend, Gibbs, and also in a special way, Ted Cruz, the senator. Let me clear something. You might be hearing a couple of propaganda going around. Oh no, this is going to bring sanction and more difficulties for the Nigerian people. Do not pay attention to that.
Idiotic narrative. They are really pushing their stupid narrative.
Of this mission. As a Catholic priest, I will not be part of it. I'm Reverend Father Augustine Odimegwe. I am telling the Nigerian community for a fact, this is primarily aimed at checkmating the high-level political individuals who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. And I want to let you know that that is why they are running around, helter-skelter, trying to figure out how to stop it. But God is in control. Because basically what it means is that many of them, they are going to lose their visa status, coming to America, even some parts of Europe. Many of them who have assets in America and Europe and all parts of the world, they are running the risk of losing all their assets, bank accounts, properties, houses, and all that. They are running the risk. So long as you are identified as one of those who are perpetuating this genocide against Christians in the past 10 years, once you are identified as an individual, you are running the risk of losing everything you have overseas. And we'll continue to fight till we fix Nigeria. If we cannot fix Nigeria, we'll work for the disintegration of Nigeria.
Disintegration, there is nothing to fix.
My name is Dr.
There is nothing to fix.
President of AVID. The whistleblower in this is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. She started talking about the jihadists, the Fulanis, coming over to take and displace indigenous people of Nigeria. Well, nobody paid him heed. The only thing they're interested in doing is charging him to court. For no offense, he have committed nothing. So this coming Tuesday, we are very much aware of what has been fired, and the world is watching. We are watching. The United States is watching. So, Honorable Justice Omotosho should do the rightful thing. We encourage him to follow the rule of law. You cannot charge a man for nothing and expect to do something with it. You cannot use a repealed law to judge any human being. You cannot do double jeopardy on any human being. You cannot extraordinarily rendition somebody from another country, Kenya, to Nigeria and want to profit from it. Illegality cannot yield anything. So nobody is stupid these days. We will fight, and just as we have won on the CPC designation, we will win the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and they need to set him free and bring peace to normal human beings in Nigeria. Concentrate on dealing with the people that are decimating everybody, people that are trying to kill off Christians, and leave people that want to live a normal life. You cannot benefit anything from that. And we're equal to the task. And we encourage every Nigerian to stand behind Nnamdi Kanu to get and demand for his unconditional release this coming Tuesday. Period. We are sick and tired of everyday adjournment, significant court. There's nothing working. We should be worrying about development of the nation, not xenophobia in the Igbos, not attacking the Igbo markets, businesses. Enough of this nonsense. It must come to an end.
You have heard it. Voices are rising. Men are coming out and they are speaking. And I like this. I like this. The whole thing is coming together. I have said it from day one that you cannot separate the genocide of Biafra, of the Christians in the north, with Biafra. It is impossible to separate these things. They are two things working hand in hand. There are two things working, but the US, I know, due to their own political interests and other war and civility, they will not like to go direct to the issue of Biafra. But I bet you, the only ultimate solution to all this nonsense is disintegration of Nigeria. If you succeed in fighting them under this regime, later on, they are going to regroup. As long as you do not cut the boundary, we can protect ourselves. We don't need people to protect us. All we need is that recognition. That is the only thing we need. Let us have that recognition. We can defend our land. That is all we need. Recognize Biafra, allow Biafra. We will defend ourselves. You can't. We are not even interested in asking the US to come and put on the ground. It's not necessary. Push for the disintegration of Nigeria. Let them have their caliphate in the core north. We can be able to assimilate the Christians in the core north. Mazen Nandekan have said it openly. Said it on video. They will come to Biafra land and they will have equal right with us. Attend to any height they want to attend. Nobody's going to stop them. And I pray that we get there. I pray that we get there. My brother Christian, I can see you there. My brother Chris, I can see you there. I can see you right. And I've missed you for almost 1 week. We didn't have to see you online at all. I know that everything is okay. Maybe your work time and other thing is not working out with the time that we have. I understand. So my beloved brother Christian, we miss you and we hope tomorrow is going to be massive. We are going to talk more. This week is going to be a very, very hot week for us as we pursue and wait for the case of Mazen Nandekan. We are going to deal with a lot of things. And tomorrow, by the special grace of God, tomorrow, a lot of things happened also today. Mazi Simon Ekpa spoke to Biafran people today. Mazi Simon Ekpa spoke to Biafran people today on Zoom. And by tomorrow, by the special grace of God, I'm going to play his voice. The same thing I have been crying and talking about all this while. The same thing I have been saying is what Mazi Simon Ekpa said in that program. I know some people are going to use it for propaganda, for personal interest, but me particularly, the information I got from that very meeting was that everybody should stop all this bickering, all this nonsense, all this claiming this unity. Mazen Nandekan have been preaching unity. In my program day before I said it, Mazen Nandekan, even when people rise up to speak against our brothers in the Referendum area, talk about abandoned property and them not participating in it, he told them every one of us have a fault. You don't have to attack your brother or your sister. Mazi Simon Ekpa also have been saying it. I said it in my program day before yesterday. I didn't even know that this meeting is coming today. I didn't know that Mazi Simon was speaking to Biafran today on the same issue. And when he was taking, Mazi Simon said, we should stop attacking each other. If somebody abuses you, curse you, no matter what they say, ignore the person, ignore them and go forward. That at the end of the day, every one of us are Biafrans. That was what Mazi Simon Ekpa said today. The phone call with Mazi Simon Ekpa, that was he said, we should work with each other. Tolerate each other. If you cannot work with the person, this is where you can work. Work there, mind your own business. And stop consuming nuisance on social media. I have been saying it every day on my platform. When I say it, some people come and they begin to misinterpret it. Some people, they come to my program, they begin to attack me because I said we should make peace. Because I said we should unite together. Some people today, they hate me because of that statement. Because all this while, I talk about unity, unification. Every day I make a broadcast, I must speak about it. Today, Mazi Simon Ekpa spoke. A call was placed with Mazi Simon Ekpa and he talked to Biafran people. Many Biafrans heard him. Tomorrow, I'm going to play that very video. I can't play it now. By tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to play it. It happened today. A meeting with Mazi Simon Ekpa today. And he spoke to Biafran people. People asked questions. Few people talked to him because, the the condition of where he is. He's not good. He's not a place. He doesn't have free access to make a call like that. Only the chance he has to make a call, if it is 1 minute they gave him or 2 minutes, he will just go straight to the point and say what he wants to say, and he leaves. Today is a weekend with a difference. And by the special grace of God, tomorrow I am going to play that audio for those who have ears to hear, for those who can make use of their senses to make use of senses. And those who will continue in their propaganda, they can continue. As for me, I have taken my position, and nobody anywhere is going to come and tell me what I will do or what I will not do. I have known the right thing. I have known Mazen Nandekano, not because of what he told me, because of what I saw. I have known Mazen Samaneka, not because of what I discussed with him or whatever, because of what I see him do, the actions I see him take. All the way from kidnap of Mazen Nandekano, from every single people that fought Mazen Simon Ekpa, I know what was the cause of the problem and how it all started and how it ended. So if at this point in time I cannot be able to speak for Mazen Simon Ekpa, I'm not worthy to be online and be talking about Biafra. That was why when I saw that letter that some group of idiots wrote to attack Mazen Simon Ekpa, to blackmail Simon Ekpa, I looked at it, I was just laughing. Bunch of idiots came together, shamelessly come and write a letter against Mazen Simon Ekpa. And I believe wherever they are today, they will be ashamed of themselves. They will be ashamed of themselves because Biafrans know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. So tomorrow morning, join us on tomorrow's program. We still have morning videos to play tomorrow. This is an interesting weekend. So many things has happened this weekend. And from tomorrow onwards, we are going to hit it on. Tomorrow morning, remember tomorrow is sit at home. The sit at home continue. We are not stepping back. It's not stopping. Sit at home is not ending until Mazen Nande Uhukanu is released and he himself will direct the end of the sit at home. Not anybody, not me, not any other person. So tomorrow is sit at home. Anywhere you are in Biafra land, remember. Don't say you are not warned though. Don't say you are not told. If you gamble with your life, you will pay. And you will face the consequence of your gambling. Every one of us must take responsibility. And now, from what we are seeing, the game have changed. If you are a true Biafran, this is time to focus. Continue to speak about the atrocities of Nigerian government against your people. Bring evidence. Eyewitness account. If there is any way you have been involved, it has happened to you. Join me on program. I send links in all my program. Come and bring your own testimony. Eyewitness account and testimony is very, very important wherever you are. Bring in your testimony. Bring in your testimony. Send your request. I bring you in and you make it for. If it is a video, you can send it to us. We'll publish it. This is the time to bring evidence, and evidence. The same thing on the case of Master Simon Ekpa. He spoke a little about it in that very audio message that he sent. And there is progress everywhere. Tomorrow, we are going to talk more because, you know, my night program, I don't spend much time on night program. So on the case of Master Simon Ekpa, we're going to speak more about it. On the discussion that was made with Master Simon Ekpa speaking to Biafran people, we will talk about that tomorrow morning. So try as much as possible to join us on tomorrow morning's program. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. Click your notification bell so that once I come in, you will get notification and you will join us tomorrow. I start my morning program. You all know my time of starting, 7:30 Biafran time. 7:30 a.m. Biafran time. 7:30 a.m. Biafran time. That is when I start my morning program. 7:30 a.m. Biafran time. Try as much as possible to join us tomorrow so that we can play that audio, a message directly from Mazi Simon Ekpa himself in his detention where he was detained. He was given chance to call and he called and he talked to Biafran people on a Zoom and it was recorded. And I'm going to play it tomorrow so they can see. That Zoom link was shared. I was in that Zoom. This is not they say. I was in the Zoom when the call was made. So when I'm playing it, it is for you to listen and use the word. It is not for anybody to use for his own personal gain or whatever. It is about unity. That is the main message there. Unite. Your brother is not your enemy. we are heading somewhere. You don't have any business fighting on castigating people. No. Focus. Move away from all this banter, all this attacking of a person, all this propaganda and blackmail, all this saga. Move away from it. That is the word Master Simon Abba spoke. But you're going to hear it directly tomorrow by Special Grace of Chukwuka. I'm going to try and play the video tomorrow, the audio tomorrow, so that during our program you can hear it raw, and we will explain more from there and hit our program for tomorrow. Thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this very program. Thank you so much. A lot has been said, and I bet you the time has come. When I see these men standing here, these men you see here, these people are all involved in our quest for Biafra. They are all involved in as much as they pursue their own in a different dimension. Politically, these are politically exposed people, and they are going on different. Many of them have worked with Mazen Nandekano. Referendum that you saw there is one of the people that Mazen Nandekano appointed to conduct a fundraising for him. That referendum that you see there, he's one that Mazen Nandekano directed to conduct. He's one of those who conducted that fundraising for Mazen Nandekano. So the faces you are seeing here are not new. It has everything to do with us as Biafrans. And I'm happy. I'm happy. Tomorrow, we are going to do a lot of work tomorrow, and try as much as possible to join us. More revelations you are going to see tomorrow. And I believe that Chukwu Kabiam finally have remembered us, and we are going to win. So wherever you are watching from, I appreciate everybody that have joined us on this platform. Thank you so much for being part of the program. And I'm going to see you tomorrow by the grace of the program. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, and may Chukwu Kabiam guide and protect all the Biafrans. May Chukwu Kabiam guide and protect our leaders. Thank you so much for being there. Good night, everybody. Stay blessed.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear. Now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, them they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close at the film. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.